different about this place. The salty breeze.
VR has proven to be an excellent way to transport you into a blissful serenity, as many games focus more on soft voice storytelling, serene environments, and calming music. But death has never been so peaceful. Developed by White Lotus Interactive, Xing: The Land Beyond is a therapeutic puzzle game placing you in the calming nodes of the afterlife as you aid a mystical rock-type Pokemon in helping put other lost spirits to rest, or something along those lines. Let's dive into some details. Xing offers a wealth of environments to explore as each story unfolds, offering hints along the way. While the puzzles can be challenging at times, I never found myself frustrated or overwhelmed with the experience. Even in the face of some of the more confusing puzzles, I found myself very calm and just enjoying the experience overall. That's not to say that this is overly unique to Xing, but what I do feel Xing takes the upper hand in is the ability to hold my interest with these seemingly simple but decidedly challenging puzzles. You'll use a wand in each hand to interact with the world around you. From starting fires to picking coconuts, there's always something to explore and engage with along your journey. One of the things I really loved about this game were the subtle details to enhance your experience. For example, when walking in the sand, footprints can be seen below you and you hear a really satisfying crunch as you trod through. Or seashells can be picked up and examined along the shore with much variation between each one. Another selling point for me was the serene tone set by the environments coupled with muscle-relaxing music. I really did have a consistent sense of calm throughout my playthrough, and can see this being an easy choice when I just need to unwind and relax. This is a bit of a mixed bag for me. On one hand, I really enjoyed playing through Xing. It has a lot going for it, but there were a few problems I had during my playthrough that left a bit of a salty aftertaste. To start, I often found myself unable to approach an object that I know I should be able to approach. Often it was even something I needed to approach. It was a classic case of invisible wall syndrome, and it was rampant in specific areas. This only got worse as I noticed that when near a certain wall or object, attempting to turn would physically move my position as if I was turning on the axis of a circle rather than rotating in one place. This only happened in a choice few places but would put me inside a wall or past an object. This may be user error, as White Lotus Interactive believes it may be due to camera calibration. However, I have to note that I have never had an issue like this, and I'd adjusted my camera along with recentered in-game many times. That, coupled with this being an issue I only saw in certain parts of the game, and was able to reproduce in those specific places, it makes me feel like this can't be the issue. Another issue I had was with the turning options. When using move controllers, your left hand will control your movement much like in Rec Room, and your right hand will be point of view direction. Click turning is mandatory, so that's the first bummer. Another issue is that there is no options to change your turn angle. The only option is where you point, you turn, meaning you can turn in a complete 180 or turn in 20 degrees. This has its perks, but lacking the ability to customize these options is a bit of a bummer. To make matters worse, the turning options in the VR options menu only change the turning options when using the DualShock 4. It has no effect when using your move controllers, which was very confusing for me during my initial playthrough. I had to get clarification from White Lotus Interactive before truly understanding the option's purpose at all. As always, I played Xing: The Land Beyond on an original PS4, and I have to admit that my feelings are so here. In some areas, the landscapes were truly breathtaking as you look upon an open ocean, the soft wind carrying each subtle wave. But on the other, some of the capabilities really suffer on the original PS4. In all my PSVR reviews, this may be one of the first games where I honestly wish I had played this on a Pro, especially when considering my experience to what I've seen online. The game has seen much praise for its beauty, so I have to admit, I was just a bit let down. That said, I'm ultimately torn. On one hand, it seems obvious that this is the shortcoming of the PS4 capabilities compared to the Pro. But then again, games like Red Matter, Borderlands 2 in VR, and others have shown how truly beautiful even the old PS4 model can pull off these elaborate environments. In the end, I'll leave the judgment to you. By now, we all know that VR takes gaming to the next level, but there is something about the graphical downgrade on the base PS4 that makes for a bit of an immersion breaker here, and there isn't some high-stakes gameplay mechanic that acts as a constant distraction like in many other games we have seen before. But again, I'm really torn here, because I did really enjoy my time playing Xing. Honestly, for all its shortcomings in this review, I have to say, and I have to emphasize, I really enjoyed this. There's so many things I wish were just a bit less choppy or a bit better graphically, but this is all so that I can just better enjoy what I already enjoyed on this title. As it stands, I can't help but feel like some of the experiences were stifled by the issues that I encountered. Even still, I have to give this game my stamp of approval. It really is a great game, and the dev team has been quick to address issues even in the first week of obtaining my copy. And at the price of $20, or the PS Plus price if you're lucky to get it in the first week of release of $14.99, this is a title you're going to want to pick up.